Good evening. Tonight we're hearing from the family of the victim of a deadly car crash who was sitting in his living room when another man drove right into his house. News 13's Natalie Waters spoke with family members who are grieving his loss tonight. She's live from Malin Avenue in Northeast Albuquerque. Natalie?
Dean, the Peterson family has lived in this home behind me for nearly a decade. The wife of Brian Peterson tells me she never imagined something like this could happen to them. Exposed pipes, fiberglass, and other debris litter what is left of the Peterson family's living room. What is it like for you seeing it right now?
It's heartbreaking. I'm hurt that my mother-in-law has to see her house that she worked for forever to turn into a chaotic mess. This is something that you see only on the news. This is something you see after hurricanes, earthquakes.
Jean Peterson, wife of 74-year-old Brian Peterson, says she was sitting in the other room as a man came barreling down the street and crashed into their garage Thursday afternoon.
I was sitting here. I don't remember if I was watching what I was doing, but anyway, I heard a horrendous crash and I went out. I thought something had fallen in the kitchen.
She says she could barely comprehend the scene in front of her when she stepped into the living room.
And I went out and the first thing I saw was all the debris and I couldn't imagine. And then I looked over and I saw our car in the living room and I still couldn't figure out what in the world had happened.
Jean says it sounded like an explosion.
And I thought, did we forget to turn the engine off? How could a car come into my house? And then that's when I realized there was another car there.
The car that had crashed into their garage had pushed their own car into their living room, where Jean realized her husband of 52 years, Brian, had been sitting in his favorite reclining chair.
I tried to speak to him, but I couldn't really understand what he was saying. I think he was wanting me to call our son-in-law to come and help.
He was pinned under their car against the wall. After that, Jean called 911.
When emergency services came, they had to cut through the wall to pull him out.
He was taken to UNMH, but just before 2 p.m., he died from his injuries.
He was a retired pastor. He was kind. He would never intentionally hurt anybody.
My father-in-law was an amazing man to my daughter, and I will only remember him as the perfect grandparent. He was a loving soul. He cared about everybody. He would go down the road if you needed help to help you.
Brian was a man of strong faith in the Lord, and he would want his grandchildren, his children, and anyone else that he was impacting to know that he is in heaven and he's whole and he's at peace.
While the family is left to grieve, they have a message for the community.
It's a statistic, but it's a person and it's a family. And it's going to take a long time to get over it. Please, 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 think before you get behind the wheel. Think about what you're doing to families, to people.
Call someone for help.
Call for help, yes.
Brian Peterson leaves behind a wife, 4 children, and 10 grandchildren. Back to you.
All right, Natalie, thank you. The driver accused of causing that deadly crash is in custody tonight. Police say 32-year-old Mark Costello had taken meth, opioids, and marijuana before plowing into that garage. A criminal complaint states he also smelled of alcohol and failed field sobriety tests. Officers found alcohol containers and a glass pipe in his vehicle. There are indications he was speeding as well.
We asked yesterday, they advised us that he was likely going 70 miles an hour or faster. So when he came through, had a very high speed.
Costello was supposed to make his first appearance in court this afternoon, but it was reset for medical reasons. Prosecutors want to keep Costello behind bars until trial.